She saw a man standing on the roadside like he was waiting for the bus. Nkem touched him and told him,
"Good afternoon, sir. Please, could you take my sister and I to the nearest orphanage? My mother has just passed away and we have no one to care for us. Please, sir, help my sister and I."
Once upon a time, there lived a couple, Daniel and Bisola. They had been married for 12 years with 2 daughters, Nkem and Amanda. Nkem was 11 years old while Amanda was just 6. Daniel's attitude towards his wife started changing because she gave birth to only girls. As an African man, he wished to have a male child who would replace him when he leaves the earth. When Bisola got pregnant again, Daniel was very happy. But everything changed when she came back with the news that she was carrying a female child. Daniel complained bitterly to his wife about how she always ended up giving him female children. Bisola tried to tell him that she did not have the ability to determine the gender of children, but Daniel slapped her and warned her not to talk when he was talking.
Daniel's attitude towards his wife grew from bad to worse. Anything and everything she did was wrong in his sight, and he beat her at any slightest offense. Months later, Bisola had rumors that her husband had impregnated another lady and always went to visit her place often. Bisola felt so bad, but she waited for her husband to come back so she could ask him. When Daniel came back home that evening, Bisola calmly asked Daniel, "Darling, there's something bothering me. I heard some news circulating about you expecting a child from another woman. Is that true?" And the rumor was true. But Daniel refused to answer his wife. She kept telling him and kept asking him the question. Daniel was angry and asked her, "Wait, I see that you're very interested in expecting a child from another woman. Now, you better ask your question." As Nkem was about to deliver the message to Mirabel,
she overheard
the man who came to visit them mention the name of her father. She decided to pay attention to the conversation to hear what they were discussing. Nkem had the strange man and Mirabel planning on how to kill their father and take over his properties. What are you waiting for, Mirabel? You're taken to me. Forcing him and let's take over the properties immediately. There's no time anymore. No, we can't do that now. If we kill him now, how then do we claim his properties? Wait until I give birth and I convince him to will all his properties to our son. After that, killing him will be a piece of cake. Then Stephen told Mirabel he knew how to kill Nkem and Amanda and no one would find out. He whispered into the ears of Mirabel. When Nkem heard this, her heart started beating fast and she ran into the kitchen. That day, towards evening, after Stephen had left, Mirabel came calling out to the girls but no one answered. She thought they were sleeping and went into their room, but they were not there. She searched everywhere around the house, but they were nowhere to be found. Mirabel asked the gateman about the kids, but the gateman said he hadn't seen them either. Few minutes later, a car honked outside and it was Daniel. Mirabel's heart began to beat faster. Daniel came into the house and asked Mirabel, "Why do you look so restless? And where are the kids?"
I'm fine, it's just the pregnancy. The girls are in their room sleeping.
She took Daniel into their room immediately so he won't go around asking for his daughters. Mirabel was confused on what lie she was going to tell Daniel if he found out his daughters were missing. She needed to call Stephen and ask for a solution, but she can only do that the next day so Daniel won't hear her conversation with him. After dinner, Daniel was so tired he lay down and slept off. In the morning, Daniel left the house and entered his car to leave for work. He remembered he had not seen his children since the previous day, so he went back into the house, straight to his children's room, and on getting there, his girls were not in their room. He asked Mirabel about his kids, but she had no answer. Out of anger, Daniel raised his hand and slapped Mirabel. She fainted. Daniel became confused. He didn't know if he was to go after his girls or take his wife to the hospital. It happened that the previous day, after Nkem overheard the conversation between Mirabel and Stephen to kill them and their father, the girl was confused and didn't know what to do. She didn't know if she should tell her father about their plans. She was not even sure her father would believe her, so she decided it was best for her and her sister to leave since Mirabel and Stephen were plotting to kill them. When Stephen had left and Mirabel was sleeping in her room, Nkem took some of her clothes and that of her sister, packed them into their school bags. Each of them carried theirs and snuck out of the building. She ran out with Amanda. They were stranded and scared with nowhere to go. She wanted to go to her mother's friend's place, but then she feared they would take them back to their father. Nkem, being a smart girl, came up with a very good plan. She saw a man standing on the roadside like he was waiting for the bus. Nkem touched him and told him,
Good afternoon, sir. Please, could you take my sister and I to the nearest orphanage? My mother has just passed away and we have no one to care for us. Please, sir, help my sister and I.
The man was touched when Nkem told him that their mother was dead. He wiped their tears and began to ask people around for the nearest orphanage. It was about 2 hours' drive. The young man was so touched that he decided to take them there himself. After a long drive, they arrived at the orphanage with Nkem and Amanda. They thanked him and he waved them goodbye and left. The next day, a couple came for adoption and they saw Amanda looking so cute. They wanted to adopt Amanda.
The management told them that the girls just came into the orphanage the previous day, but the couples insisted that they wanted Amanda. Nkem refused to let her sister go.
We are sisters and she can't go without me. We have to go together.